In this lesson, we're relaxing and learning the Gordon Lightfoot classic, Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. It has an awesome strum groove and just 4 easy chords. Welcome back to Relax and Learn Guitar. I'm Kevin, and this is Maggie May. She loves YouTube recording day. My wife Vicky's behind the camera.
Hello.
Let's get started. So we did a members-only live lesson recently where we were working on some acoustic guitar grooves and patterns, and we landed on this one for a really good example of playing a song that's in 6/8 time, which we'll get onto more. We also learned about one of our members, shout out to Pat, who is related to the first mate of the Edmund Fitzgerald that retired like a year before this ship went down, which is just an amazing story. So if you'd like more information about our membership option, be sure and click the link in the description below. All right, so let's get started. We're going to be using a capo on the 2nd fret. So you want to use that if you want to play along with the record. Obviously, you can skip the capo and play it without, but if you want to play along with Gordon, use the capo on the 2nd fret. We've got just 4 easy open chords for this one. The first chord is an A suspended 2 chord. And I fret that with my middle finger on the 4th string 2nd fret and my ring finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret relative to the capo. And you play from the 5th string down. E minor, which is really simple, and we're going to lift up our ring finger, leave our middle finger where it's at, but we're going to put our index finger down onto the 5th string 2nd fret. Play all 6 strings for the E minor chord. We also have a G and a D. Be sure and click the link below and get my 3 song lesson bundle where you can learn 3 awesome acoustic rock songs using just 5 chords, complete with all the tablature. So practice getting those chords under your finger. You can see with that A sus2 to the E minor, it's a nice easy transition. Then you can also leave your index finger down on that E minor chord when you fret that G. So lots of efficient movement here. Really, the D is really the only chord you got to kind of lift your fingers off that fretboard to get to. If you like this lesson so far and you're getting something out of it, be sure and click that like button. It would really help us out. So the strum pattern for this one, one of our members called it a shanty. Like if you've not listened to this record, definitely do so. An amazing story. It's long. It's like a 6 or 7 verse. It's really kind of a poem set to music. Story. Yeah, story is a better way to put it. The signature here for the time signature is 6/8, and you can kind of count that a couple different ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In my brain, I really count it mostly 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'm not doing this on, for no reason. This reminds me of being on a ship and rocking back and forth. So it's not a 4/4 time song, 6/8. And we've got a really cool groove we can play for the entire song here. So just mute your strings and really get used to down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Like I said, you can count it a couple different ways. You can do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and my brain just doesn't go there with the 5s and 6s. I really just kind of stick to 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Start out slow. Work up to your speed later. For the intro of this song, we're going to play that A suspended 2 chord for 1 strum pattern. And when I say 1 strum pattern in this, it's the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and, or it's 2 of the 1 and 2 and 3 and. So for the strum pattern, or the number of patterns, we have the A suspended 2 for 1 pattern, to the E minor, 1 pattern, G, D. And as you'll notice there, the G and the D are sharing the measure or splitting the bar. That kind of sounds like splitting the bill, but they're sharing the measure. So the G is going to get 1/2 of the pattern. So just down, down, up, then right to the D for the other down, down, up, down, up. And that is true for this entire song. Whenever you do the G and the D, they're splitting the measure and getting half of that pattern. And then we go back to that A suspended 2 for 2 patterns. Back to the G for a half, D for a half, and then finish on the A suspended 2. So that intro is. And one thing you'll see me doing here is I'm accenting the first downstrum of this pattern. So you know, instead of playing it, which doesn't sound horrible, but it's got some more oomph if you just kind of accent or just make that first downstrum a little louder. So you have.
Yeah, either way sounds good.
I agree. I think the accent also helps me when I'm playing it to sing it when I'm playing it. So it kind of gets you in that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, that kind of mode. So after that intro, and remember to accent those first downbeats, the chord progression for the rest of the song is the same with a little bit of a tweak. So the chord progression is always A suspended 2 for 1 pattern, to an E minor for 1 pattern, to the G for a half, the D for a half, and then A suspended 2 for 1 or 2 times. It varies, so he switches up the end of each kind of line on that A suspended 2 chord, and sometimes he plays it twice, sometimes once. You can kind of listen to the record to kind of see how it flows. So I have very fond memories of this song and this record in particular. I don't know, my parents must have bought it for me, but it's the first like 45 single that I ever remember having. And we played it over and over and over because it was the only record we owned. So this one has a very warm place in my heart. So now it's time for you to relax and learn some guitar. Make sure you are in tune. You've got that capo on the 2nd fret and play along here with me. I am going to play this one to tempo. You can follow along here on the screen with the words and the chords. And I'll do the intro and just the first verse. So if I do all the verses, it's going to be a really long video. So, you okay, Mags? Yeah, I think we just woke her back up. So here we go with the intro and the first verse. Let me make sure I'm... Okay, there we go. Legend lives on from the Chippewa down to the big lake they called Gitchigumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead when the skies of November turn gloomy. Load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more than the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty. Good ship and crew was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early. So this song's really about nailing that rhythm. You want to check out this video next where I show you several different ways you can get much better at your rhythm and your timing. Remember that Vicky and Maggie and I appreciate your views, your support here on YouTube. We'll see you for the next one. Remember, you're never too old to learn.
Take care.